shut down. So I took Tillman. And then when I got on 435 for that little bit of stretch between, what is it, Watson and 435 or 169, it was solid ice.
What time was this?
7.
We went over to Parkville today to get our taxes done at Block. And 160, and we left about 10 o'clock. 169 still wasn't all that great. Had a thin sheet of ice on it until about 435.
Folks, can you hear us?
Yep.
Deb, can you hear us?
Yes.
We can hear you.
Are you going to say something important?
Hey, Deb, can you hear us?
Yeah,
Deb, you can hear.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're live, so I
Yep.
wanted you all to be aware.
Okay, well, we appreciate that.
Yep. And
The
yeah,
warning.
we're good to go. You can start the meeting whenever you want.
Okay, well, I've got 1 minute till. I think we're all here. Let's start the meeting. Let's call this meeting to order. And the first order of business, as usual, is to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Hold on.
Do we hear a motion to approve?
Hold on. Ask them to, can you guys hold on just 1 second? I'm sorry.
Yes. We jumped the gun?
That's what.
I've got to mute. Somehow I need to mute you, mute YouTube.
We're having sound issues and we're getting 2 sounds.
Okay, I think that might have fixed it.
Hey, can you speak, Rand? Ask him to speak.
Hey, Rand, can you?
Jack, can you hear me? Jack, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, Jack, are we getting double now?
No, I think we fixed
Are we
it.
getting double now? I'm just
Testing.
screwing with you. That's just me.
Are we
had
good,
loop,
Randy?
And they were about 5-second delay between them. So I was trying to figure out how Deb was talking so much, but it was because she would say something and then she would answer herself.
Deb never talks.
It just kept going. So
No.
we've got it fixed now.
Are we good?
Yes,
we're
we
good.
are.
Okay, we'll continue on then. Do we hear a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay,
Second.
Melissa's second. All right,
I got Connor and Alderman Wilson. All right. Do I have a voice vote? All in favor, say A.
8,
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
none opposed.
All right, 7-0.
Let's move on then with the staff report, Jack.
Yes, a couple of things since our last meeting, which was in December. We've had a few things confirmed as to where we're sitting. Just so you know, we finished with 50 single-family homes permits last year. Close to where we anticipated, so we're not doing too far on that. We've only had 4 so far since January 1st this year, but I believe a little bit of that has to do with weather. We're working on that as well. Commercial, as you all know, has been moving forward. And we have, last year was very big in commercial for Smithville. And this year it seems as though we're going to start off the year pretty quick. We have a new tenant finish at the strip mall on the Marketplace project. We approved the Marketplace's strip mall and it's under construction. You've seen it. It was proposed as what's called a white box, which is they finish it and then try to get tenants. And then when they get tenants, they do a tenant finish. We have the first application for a tenant finish and we are almost ready to issue that invoice, and it will be on the south end of the building. And it is a Domino's Pizza. Will be going in at the south end of that building. The other 6 units are unspoken. We don't know who they're going to be. And I anticipate the lot north of Taco Bell and north of the entrance will be transferring hands before too long. And it sounds as though there will likely be another fast food franchise going in there. It's not a done deal, so I can't really divulge any information more than that at this point. So it also looks like we will be getting a revised application for First Park Industrial Subdivision. If you recall, we approved that a year or so ago. They're under construction. You've also approved the site plan for the CDL school. That happened at our last meeting, I believe. And they will be starting construction on it before too long, I would anticipate. They are in, the sales of those lots have went so well that they are preparing to do the final phase, which would extend the road further to the south. And they're probably going to come back with a preliminary plat change, and they're going to put in another road that runs further to the west to get a few more smaller lots. They're not seeing as much interest in the 10, 12, and 18 acre tracts, but they are all their 1, 2, and 5 acre tracts are gone already. So they're making serious progress on that. That should be, from what I understand, something that will be hitting in the April or May meeting. So things are moving forward. And we have a couple of rezoning requests that will be on the next agenda, close to downtown here. One of them is on the property on top of the hill across from the Smithville Marketplace, that vacant land that's been up there, the old farmer tract that's been up there vacant for some time, as well as a property just east of City Hall on Main Street, right in front of Heritage Park, sorry. It's they're seeking to rezone it to R3. Every property around it on Main is R3. They're the only R1B property. So they're seeking to change their zoning to R3 so that they can tear down an older building and build a new set of apartments there. But we'll see how that goes at the next meeting in March. I think that's all we have.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Would you give us a prelude to the next order of business?
Yes, if you are ready for that. We have 4 properties in Lakeside Crossing that recently annexed. That completed in various times, some in December on one meeting, and then the other one I think was at the second meeting after that. In any event, they've all annexed. They are subject to Smithville zoning now, so we need to set the initial zoning for it. There are 4 parcels that are identified in the staff report. So we need to have a public hearing for each of the 4 lots. Legal counsel advises us that we need to have 4 separate public hearings. And after all of the public hearings are opened, taken the information and then closed, then you can go to the secondary aspect of these, as we usually do. And usually it would be a public hearing followed by the discussion of the rezoning matter using the hearing information. In this one, we can do 1 ordinance. So there will be 4 public hearings followed by 1 ordinance recommendation, if that makes sense.
Does make sense. Thank you for laying that out. So I will open and close each of the public hearings at this point, and then we will ask for a motion for the recommendation and have a discussion.
That'll
So
work.
let's open now the public hearing for the lot at 2411 Northeast 157th Terrace. Do we have anyone there to comment on in this public hearing?
We have been informed that there will be 2 people that are interested in speaking, the Easons. Obviously, their property is one of them. They are 15808 North Chestnut. That's probably the one they're looking at. And we're supposed to have another, a Mr., I believe it's Torres is the last name. But I do not know which of the 4 properties they're interested in speaking about. So if Mr. or Mrs. Torres is available. And if you'll take it off mute and let us know which one you're wanting to talk about.
Hi, this is Travis Torres. I am Mario Torres' son. I'm just filling in here, just trying to understand what's going on. I don't really have too much to say about the actual properties themselves. I'm just calling in to just basically get a little bit more informed of exactly what's going on at the end of the day. But ultimately, it's just me listening in and seeing what's happening.
Okay.
Okay. All right, very good. Anyone else here with an interest in the 157th Terrace property? Seeing no one else, we will close this public hearing and open one for the 15726 North Chestnut Street property. Anyone here to speak for that property? Then we will close the hearing for that and open one for 15701 North Wabash Street. Anyone here to speak regarding that property? Then we will close that public hearing and open the one for 15808 North Chestnut. Ron and Pam, go ahead.
We're here. Ta-da. We're here. Same thing. Wanted to thank Jack publicly in that when we purchased this home not too long ago, I'm going to say 6 or 8 months ago, and we were unaware of it being a voluntary annex motion and all of that. So as Jack explained things to us, it was really kind of a wash as far as all of that goes in terms of some reductions in some trash collection and sewer and so forth once we're annexed versus not being annexed and paying higher, but yet we'll pay a little bit more city taxes as well. So by and large, understood the impact to us would be somewhat neutral or a wash as far as that goes. And we were already receiving some city services regardless. So to us, it was just kind of a foregone conclusion. It seemed to make sense, but we were a little bit wondering what it seemed to be very official and quite a little bit of a big deal. But it did not seem like it was really impactful to us one way or the other from what we were used to. So that was the clarification that we were trying to get from Jack, and he was able to explain that. So we're just here just to become more familiar with our city.
And also, if there's anything that we haven't been informed of that we do need to be informed of, and that's why we're here.
Okay, well, we're glad you're here, and we're very glad you moved into our city. So, anyone else to speak on behalf of that property? Then let's close the public hearing for that one. And now let's hear a motion about changing the zoning to R1B for those properties and annexing them into the city.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, let me clarify. The annexation has already occurred. This is simply to set the initial zoning. So it would be a request to make a recommendation. In your packet, you should have a proposed findings of fact and conclusions of law document, which is with the ordinance. That ordinance is what will be going to the Board of Aldermen. If either way, with your recommendation in favor of or opposed to it, as we've done in the past on rezonings or zonings scenarios, there are 9 elements in the numbered paragraphs of the findings of fact. The 9th one is that you've taken into account the testimony at the public hearing, so that's not really a decision. But the other 8 items that we always look at are here. I've placed a draft concept based upon the staff report analysis of the proposed findings of fact. If the commission wants to discuss them, doesn't like any of them, thinks that the language needs to be changed, then after a motion is made to approve the findings of fact to the board, then you can discuss those 8 items if there are no proposed changes. And then after discussion, there's nothing further, then it would go to a roll call vote. Does that make sense?
Thank you for that clarification,
Sure.
Jack. So I'm looking at your recommendations here. And as usual, Jack and staff have been very thorough in ensuring that all 9 requirements are met here. Then, and all 9 do mesh with our comprehensive plan. So at this point, do we ask for a motion, or do we
Yes,
should do that before we discuss? So
Yeah,
do we have a motion.
It would be a
Motion to-
motion to approve the findings of fact and conclusions of law and recommend to the board.
So-
Okay,
So moved to approve the finding of facts and initial zoning of R1B.
thank you, Mr. Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Dennis, second.
I think it was Connor.
Yeah, Connor.
Oh, was that Connor? Sorry, Connor. Would hate to mix you two up. What discussion do we want to raise on this now?
I don't have I don't have any comments on the finding of facts. I just want to thank Jack and staff and the residents for helping take care of this. I know we have a few still out there that we need to take care of as well, but these volunteers are appreciated, and it'll help, clean up our borders and things like that. So appreciate it. I know it's been a lot of work, Jack, and to the new residents as well. Thank you for taking care of it.
Well said. What else?
Seeing none, we can- Mr. Chairman, if there are no further comments, we can have you call it for the vote, and Brandy will read off the roll call.
Let's do that then. Brandy, go ahead, please.
Okay, Deb?
Aye.
Mayor Boley?
Aye.
Dennis?
Aye.
Connor?
Yes.
Aye. Oh, wait, Connor or
Connor. Yep, Connor.
Aye.
Alderman Wilson?
Aye.
Carmen?
Yes.
And Rand?
Aye.
7-0.
The proposed findings of fact that you received, as well as the ordinance that was attached to it, will be submitted to the Board of Aldermen at their next meeting 1 week from today, same time, same place, 7 p.m., where they will have the ordinance up for first reading. It's a 2-reading scenario, so on the next Tuesday's meeting, it'll be first read. If it passes, then it will go to the first meeting in March for its second reading. And at that point in time, assuming passage of both readings, then the zoning will be set as R1B, which is, that would match every other property in the neighborhood.
Excellent.
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have any other business that we want to bring up? We're trying to set records for the brevity of these meetings, so.
I mean, I'm trying to get it closer to my other meetings, but the next couple are going to be stacked. So,
We will be
Well-
busy next month.
We'll psych up.
Second.
Okay.
Who was
Do
the
we have
second?
a,
Dennis?
That was Dennis.
Dennis.
Okay.
Dennis?
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed, say no. All right, we're adjourned.
Hearing none, we'll adjourn. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you all.
Good night,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.